Alright, check. Get comfortable in this. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get a little comfortable, you feel me? Yo, what it is, man, what they do. It's your boy, Jay Vilpin, aka J Got Bars, Florida Man Jay, if you're nasty, and we bike at it again with another story time, you feel me? I'm checking in with y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here in Las Vegas, you feel me? Just posted up. I got some work to do out here. So, I decided I'm going to knock out two birds with one stone and give y'all a whole nother story time. You feel me? Let's see. What we talking about today, JV? I'm going to do something a little bit different, something that I usually wouldn't talk about. You feel me? And it's really a 2-for-1 story, okay? This story, the roof of my Jeep flew off. Yeah, you feel me? But it's also a little double, you get what I'm saying? Because this story is also the story of my first gay scene, my first man-on-man scene. Wow, yeah. I did one of those if you didn't know. You feel me? Yeah, so if you didn't know, I am a content creator, an adult content creator on the side. That's like one of my little side things besides all the other things that I do, you feel me? And I wanted to try different things, you feel me? Like, you only got one life, you feel me? And I'm a curious ass nigga. If you've seen any of my past videos before, you feel me? Like, I lived the little DL life or whatever that you want to call it. I was a trade, as they say, you feel me? But I mean, I'm pretty wide open with, you know what I'm saying, my preferences. And I do prefer women, you feel me? But I don't consider myself pansexual because I'm really not into like masculine, androsexuality. Like, I'm not really into like the guys, so like men don't really work out for me. But I, every now and then you catch me in the right day, in the right time, in the right mood, and maybe something happens. I've been doing OnlyFans for about a little over a year, 2 years at this point. I've done my videos, I've done my regular boy girl videos, I've done my solo content, and I've done trans content. And I was like, I'll really shake up the room and break the internet if I do, saying something with a guy. So I was like, let me see what I could come up with. But I said, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big. Like, I'm going to do it right. You feel me? So there was this one video that I had seen. Well, it was actually two different videos that I seen of people using Jeeps. Mind you, I had a Jeep, but it had just crashed. But they had gave me a nice little, what's that shit called? A Gladiator? Them big body Jeeps. Because I was in that big body today. You feel me? So they had gave me a big body Jeep Wrangler. So I'm like, yo, let me see what content I could do with this little thing. So now I'm looking around for content partners, because at that time too I was like getting dragged on the internet by like the whole like trans LGBT LMNOP community, you feel me? Like, because I had said something like along the lines of like, why do you guys treat men so bad when you know where we came from, right? Apparently like they didn't like that, long story short, they were dragging me, and I was like, all right, cool, since a whole bunch of y'all want to fuck me, no, because y'all are mean. You know what I'm saying? And why would I give myself up to somebody who's gonna talk shit about me 2-3 weeks later? Nah, fuck you. Nope. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna find me a cool guy, and that's gonna be the first person to top me, you feel me, at least on camera. So long story short, I did my looking, and I found this one creator, and he was pretty cool. I actually seen his stuff on Twitter, and I ain't gonna lie, yo, like, no homo, their cheeks was cheeking, you feel me? So, and that's my thing, you feel me? Like, if you gonna fuck me, you gotta have a big butt. Like, I'm sorry, like, ain't no skinny meanie getting behind me, huh? You know what I'm saying? So long story short, right, I was like, okay, I could work with that dog, and his demeanor, it was cool. He's not a bad looking guy. He kind of looked like Playboy Cardi. The nigga he really do look like Playboy Cardi. It's kind of funny. I end up linking with, this Playboy Cardi looking ass nigga. And the first time we linked, we ain't recording nothing like that, but he was cool. We smoked, and like, it was a good time. So I was like, you know what, cool. Like, we could film. Like, you seem like a pretty cool guy. He was nonchalant. If you a nigga and you try to holler at me, bro, all the extra freaky super trying to tell me what you want to do with me, calling me Mr. Handsome, sexy bae, all that, I'm sorry, my guy, that shit does not work for me, bro. You better off just being like, yo, like, what you want? Because, bruh, I'm telling you, like, flirting, like, it just doesn't work for me, you feel me? So, but he was a cool guy. So I was like, all right, we got along. We're both stoners. Like, he had his paperwork, I had my paperwork. We were good, you feel me? So we decided to film. So now, like I said, I'm filming in this Jeep Gladiator. This nigga had a spot in the cut, ducked off in the country, yo. Like, I was like, bro, like, this must be where you take people, freaky ass nigga. Like, so We get ducked off, and it's like wide open in the country. You feel me? And I had the Jeep. And the Jeep, for those of you know who have ever like had a Wrangler or Gladiator or anything like that, you know that the doors and the windows, not the windows, what you call it, the door and the ceiling is removable. You feel me? Off the Jeep. So you outside, you cruising, that shit look fway, that shit look nice. So in my head, like, and it's a rental car, I'm thinking like, you know what, like, shit, if we gonna smoke, shit, let me just take the top down. So boom, so I take the top, I start to take the latch off, but we end up like, I kind of just said, fuck it. We end up just, you know, smoking, chilling, hanging out, and then we started filming. So boom. Now, mind you, this is one of my first times ever, you know what I'm saying, receiving, right? So, or being the bottom, as they say, right? You know, I'm verse. I'm not a bottom. 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 But it does feel nice though. But this is one of my first times being a bottom. So like, I'm not gonna hold you, man, without going too deep into that shit. I got my fucking brains rocked. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was not mentally prepared for this thrashing. So, long story short, right? I'm so like out of it from, you know what I'm saying, getting my doonies beat down, you feel me? Because, you know, Dog did it, you know, he did his thing. It's actually a great video. You can get it on OF right now, you feel me? But Dog did his thing, right? So I got knocked silly. And I completely forget that the latch on the roof, that I had unlocked the latch on the roof, you feel me? Like right before we started filming. So now we get done filming, we put all our stuff away, clean up, boom, boom, boom. Boom, all right, my boy, have a good one, boom, boom, boom. I'll send you the footage. Right. So now I'm driving on the highway. We in Georgia, you feel me? On the south side, like coming up like whatever street, it turns into like Terra Boulevard, was it Highway 85 or whatever? Now, thank God, homie, the street was empty, because all I know, bro, I'm maybe about 10-15 minutes into the ride. I'm still a little shaken, delirious, you understand what I'm saying? And I'm driving, and it starts to drizzle. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little rainy day, you know, ain't nothing too crazy. And then all I hear is like a and now that drizzle is touching my head. I'm getting raindrops on my head and shit. And at first I'm like, wait. Then I look up and I realize that there is no ceiling. And then I look back and it's still flying. The whole roof of the Jeep went flying down the highway, y'all. So now I'm shitting bricks, because not only could it have like hit a whole nother car, but this is a rental car. Like, I might have just destroyed the whole roof of this motherfucker, you feel me? Oh my God. I ended up making a U-turn like immediately, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro, thank God wasn't no cars on the street. I don't know. I mean, it was like a random, like maybe like a Wednesday or something. I don't remember what day it was, but like it seemed like it would be a day where cars would be out on the street, but it was 0 cars on the street. So I make a U-turn and I floor it back about half a mile, and I see the roof of the Jeep laying face down on the grass, bruh. So now I go pull over and I go pick it up, right? So now it looks damn near perfect, but there is a fat ass chip on the side of the fiberglass, because it's made out of fiberglass, you feel me? So it's black, but there's a big white chip on the freaking roof of the car, you feel me? So boom, I install the shit. I make sure that the latch is on this time. I'm double triple checking, like, bitch, you ain't gonna fly off again, homie. And I end up, you know what I'm saying, riding all the way back home. So now I'm like thinking like, fuck, I gotta return this rental car. What I'm gonna do, bro? Like, them boys gonna wax the fuck out of me when they see that big ass chip. I'm gonna explain that the roof of the Jeep just, you know what I'm saying, flew off, you feel me? So now I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do? I had to think quick. You know what I did? I got some electric tape. I got a Sharpie. And I covered the little, wherever the fiberglass was, I literally put electric tape over the fiberglass. And then if there are like little extra like white spots that were like from the chips, I took a black Sharpie and I drew it all in black. You get what I'm saying? I nigga rigged the roof, you feel me? Paper clips and rubber bands, if you ever seen Rugrats, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm shitting bricks and I gotta go return this shit to Enterprise, right? So I go to the rental company. Mind you, before I return that shit, I cleaned up the Jeep so well. I'm talking about I cleaned it up better than I got it. Filled the tank up to the brim. Like, I was like, look, y'all boys, I put all type of Ozium in that hole. Y'all boys is not fun to get me, you feel me? So boom. And then the coup de grace. When I returned the rental, I waited till after them boys closed, kid. So I had waited till after them boys closed, and I dropped the key in the drop box. You feel me? So now I'm shitting bricks. I'm like, yo, them boys gonna hit me with a fat ass charge. They ended up giving me a call, right? And they were like, hi, is this Mr. V? Well, we just want to thank you for taking such good care of the Jeep, and that if you want to ever come back with us, you can always come back at any time at this branch. I hope you have a good day. Bruh, I thought them boys was finna call me and tell me that they were finna wax my shit, kid. Yeah, man. But yeah, bruh, long story short, that's what happened, you feel me? I did my first scene with a dude, and I got knocked so silly that I forgot to lock the latch of the Jeep, and it ended up flying off on the highway, bruh. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But yeah, man, but this is my little story time for the day, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna keep them coming, bro. Like, I had to make a little list. I gotta choose which one I want to do first, because I got so many stories. Some of them I'm not sure if I could talk about all the way, because, you know what I'm saying, the what is it called, jurisdiction, or you know, the time that it takes for certain things to pass. So I don't want to mutt that, you get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say too much about certain things, but I do got a whole lot of stories, man, from my regular life, from my OnlyFans life, from being an Uber driver, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep them hoes pumping for y'all, man. Stay tuned for more content. I got the podcast about to come back up. I'm trying to start doing reaction videos. I'm going to do, you know, beat making videos. I'm going to be live on TikTok. I'm going to try to get live on YouTube, all that good shit too, you feel me? It's your boy, Jay Vilpin, Jay Got Bars, Florida Man Jay, if you're nasty, and I'm out. Yo.
I flipped it by the zip, waited, then I bagged it, then I sold it to your bitch. So much work put him in dirt if he thought I'm a lick. Forces with the fit, I ain't even hit, but she stay on my dick. You on land, I am on Venus. I'm undefeated, I'm on the roll, I'm with the Zoes. I get in the